Here we go. Game Notes Daily is back today. What day is it today? Wednesday? Jesus. I don't even know. Merle's G.
Tell me about it. Oh.
Here we go. Brought to you by ScoreBet, guys. Must be 18 plus. Download the app. Ontario only. The best sports app, period.
19 plus. 19 plus. Must be 19.
What did I say?
Plus.
Did I say something? 18. Oh, geez.
19 plus, boys.
My bad. 19 plus. That was my fault. Please play responsibly. And so here we go. Another night last night. I didn't like how the games are getting scrambled right now. I'll get that out of the way first. I don't know how you guys feel. I want it every second day. I want the schedule to be the same. And I imagine TV's rearing its head, the schedule makers, to push certain games around. Guys, what'd you make of last night? Lots of action, lots of craziness. We had an elimination night last night with Canes Islanders series. They survived. Just craziness. These playoffs just continue not to disappoint, boys.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is the basketball teams. These teams that are sharing the ranks, like Boston, LA, both in the playoffs. I remember one time I played in Albany, and they hadn't made the playoffs in 15 years. So every year, as soon as the AHL season would happen, they would schedule the circus to come into town. So we actually made the playoffs, and we couldn't play our home games there. We had to go up to Glens Falls to play our home games, which was just a circus. Circus, a real circus. But,
yeah.
Whoa.
What a legend.
But yeah, so you got to think about that. There's concerts and all this stuff, but it does stink. 3 games wasn't enough. Tonight, there's only 2.
I mean, the Oilers and Kings don't play till, Saturday? That is wild.
These guys are booking trips to the Bahamas in between games during the series. It's ridiculous. Give it to me. I saw my buddy Pierre LaRouche at the dry cleaners today because I got to head back to TNT tomorrow. I'm flying out in the morning. So it's an early enough flight. I think I get in there. So we got Game Notes Daily tomorrow. I might have to scoop into Busy Boy's room to get the good internet, boys. But I was talking to him, and he's like, what the heck? I wanted to see this Tampa-Toronto game tonight. We need that, but it won't be. It's bumped now till tomorrow night. So just craziness with that schedule stuff. Guys get breaks. We'll see if Chernak's healthy enough to come back. I don't know. We'll see.
This has the Core 4 parlay tomorrow, too.
Core 4.
Oh, I'm so antsy for that.
That is such a good idea. How crazy was Game Notes Daily yesterday, boys? G, you managed the whole thing. Unbelievable clips for us to share with everyone. Insanity. I asked Wiz. I asked Whit if he was backpedaling, and that's all it took to have fireworks. And then you just kept shooting people into our show. Gee, it was
the crazy part was I didn't we went into that show with Biz as the guest. There was no one else. We went in the show let's have a nice calm conversation with Biz, talk a little Leafs, and then 11:58 I get the text from Whit. I'm coming in, and I'm let's ambush Biz. And then I get the text 2 minutes later from Pasha, let me the fuck in. Everyone's talking shit about me. So it was kind of just all right, let's just throw them all in there and see what happens. Apologize for Whit's audio as well yesterday.
No, that was the best. Yeah. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, people were loving that.
Yeah, it made him more insane, which he was. He was totally insane. And Merles, you and I just sat back. We didn't have to get in.
That was great. Great day off for us. Let those guys just go at it and do what they do. The big boys.
Yeah, it was a great show. If you missed it, go tune in on it because it was just electric. We obviously got that great clip of Pasha also saying Rangers in 6. Rangers in 6. If you haven't seen it, I don't know if we can pop it up. Maybe that's kind of last minute for G. He might be able to pull it. G's just a wizard back there, just working it. Maybe we can pull this clip up.
While he's waiting, though, let's get the updates. We got the Czech League under today, 4.5. They scored 20 seconds in, so everybody started to panic, but I can't watch now, so I'd like some updates in the chat as we're going here.
Yeah,
Brad's usually on it.
Thank you, Merles. You're on fire over there.
That's 8 in a row. 8
in a row. Got it done yesterday, too.
And if you wait till the end of the show,
1-0, Brad, 1-0 still. EBR.
Right,
Thank you, Brad.
At the end of the show, I have a special bonus play for us with a great angle, a great story behind it. So wait till the end of the show for that, though, because we got to talk NHL before that.
Yeah, I love it. G's trying to work magic to get that clip up there. I just thought it was
so
no,
as soon as I say it, says somebody saying 2-0. They just scored. I mushed it. Unders are just a sweat.
I'm trying to keep track. I saw someone posted something after I tweeted about the show today, which I should do that again right now. Say we're live.
Yeah. By the way, if you ever want to punish somebody like make them go on a treadmill and like bet the under. In the time, it goes so slow. It's the worst. The clock just goes so slow when you're on the under. It's crazy. But when you're on the over, it's flying.
Oh, life
It's
is good. Life is good. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I should maybe
gambling
think about
advice
doing
there.
that. Unbelievable. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Someone posted something on Twitter on me, like that cool gif of like the guy walking with his girl, but he's like looks over his shoulder at the other hot chick, and it says like me, I'm the guy, and then the other girl that I'm with is the boys trying to get pics out, gambling stuff, and then the chat is the hot chick because I'm always on the chat. So it was an awesome gift someone sent me on social media, which I love. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We continue to roll daily for you guys. Some other picks last night, Merles, that hit in these games that we had, the 3 games last night.
I am a clown. I called the Ottinger shutout, but I only bet the under 2.5 wild goals. Like, such a clown. Like, just sprinkle the shutout, Matt. I saw how good he looked the other game. He is unbelievable. Dallas is a real problem, I think.
Yo, you think?
Oh, I didn't respect them at all. Wow. They are
Like,
flying. He's sick.
Sagan's
Guys, I got
Sagan's,
that Pasha clip. If
let's
you
see
want
this
it.
Pasha clip. If
When
you
I
missed
want to
it.
make content, I'll make a fucking video. I ain't scared of shit. Fuck you, Wit. Rangers in 6. Suck my dick.
Rangers in 6.
That's awesome.
And then the curb music at the end. Oh my god! I think
Our editing, our video editors, Sean and Quater
my
and
God.
Fish, those guys are unbelievable. G and Memesy up north. These guys put this stuff together. I don't know how they do it. They do it so quickly, so well. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're unbelievable. That changes the game. I'm just sending out a thing to get some more people in here.
Yeah, get them in there. By the way, I can talk about the chat. Singsy, we've created a monster with this guy.
Singsy.
He's messaging me these picks this morning. He's watching the World Championships in the B. It's Japan. It's Netherlands. He's betting next goals on Barstool, just crushing this thing. This guy's out of his mind. People think I don't sleep. I don't know when this guy's sleeping.
So Merles, yeah, Singsy's crazy. Tell us about and Singsy. I think Singsy's got like a family, like his daughter's getting married this weekend coming up, but he doesn't care. He's just ripping. He's at work right now, fake typing with his earbuds in, watching the daily. What's your schedule been like lately? Because I'm amazed. Like, I'll throw on the group chat. It'll be like 12:30 at night, which is I don't know what time your time, and you're watching the Oilers Kings game still, and you're still rolling. Like, how have you been surviving right now?
Yeah, it's not good. It's not healthy. Since I've been back here, I keep saying it. I'll stay up for one period. I'll stay up. Oh, and then I always want to watch the middle of the shows there, the intermission with you and Biz. Oh, well, the second period started. I might as well watch that. And then next thing you know, it's 5:30, 6 a.m. And the kid is usually up at 6:37. So I'm like, I might as well just wait it out now. So I wait it out, get her ready for school. I walk her back to school, and then I come home and I'm down. Merle down. 5 hours.
Cave.
Dirt nap. I am out. Yeah.
Out.
And then I'm pop back up and start getting ready for this show, and we do
Start
it all over
working
again.
the phone. Start working the phones, getting notes, looking around. Curran Bala, thanks for hitting up the comment section. Bertuzzi over half a point is 9-1. Is 9-1 in the last 10 games.
He's hot. I got him in my notes as a power play point for plus 250, which is.
I love those little power play sniffers. I love them. I absolutely love them.
I got a great play in Boston later, player point once we get to that. But
Singsy. Singsy's alive. Singsy, welcome. Dave Singer. Dave Singer, Night of the Rat bet. Brad Marchand, 3 points, plus 1,000. Oh, man, keep them coming. Write these down, peeps. I love that one, Singsy. Thank you. So just three games last night. Stars, 3-2 lead now in the series, win 4-0. Merles. I don't want to go by Canes too fast because I thought they would close it out last night. I made that prediction. It was over. It was done. And the Islanders managed to battle and keep this series alive at 3-2 as well. It heads back to the island now. They won in Carolina.
That's a series now. I think that's going at least like it's going to 7. I think the Islanders can win now.
Yeah, I'm worried about him. I mean, Barzy, you never know with Barzy. He looked alive last night. Like Sorokin, like the Sorokin angle is always an angle.
Carolina's getting thinner and thinner, losing guys.
Aho takes a puck in the face. I know he scored last night, but off his face, the Nelson bangs it in out of midair. Unbelievable.
You guys ever taken a full-on shot to the face like that?
Yep.
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 Yeah, I had it right here in my teeth in Russia. This is a crazy story. I'm such a sicko. The puck it got tipped up, goes in, knocks my teeth back, and it's going towards the goal line. And the bonuses are so big over there. Like a goal can be worth a few grand. And I'm watching it as like my mouth is dripping blood as it lands just on the goal line, the mush I am. But it was crazy. My teeth were bent back like this. Oh, I'm not in the camera. And I go to some Russian dentist in the middle of the night, and he somehow pulls them back. So they're still there. This story might be not for the show, but so they're gonna fall out. You got to get root canals. And at the time, it was my first year overseas, and I'm like, I'm not getting dental work done in Russia. I'm like, I'm going home. There's only 2 games left in the year, so I flew home, get my root canals done, and the guy's drilling up. He's drilling up this way to do the root canal, and he can't go any further because this tooth had been hit before, and I didn't know it, so it was dying. He had to flip my gum up and drill back down the other side to make the canal. It was the worst pain ever. But yeah,
remember when Witt
wear a
got hit in the-
cage.
remember when Witt and Wilkes got hit in the mouth with a puck, and he had to wear like his teeth were all loose, and he had to wear he had to wear like that retainer. He had to hold his teeth in place, and his retainer was just full of blood.
I forgot about that.
He's never told that story. He's never mentioned that before.
He was like, he was in the word, like, you know how like grumpy he gets? He was like so grumpy. It was insane. And he'd smile and his teeth were covered in blood with this retainer holding his loose teeth. But they hardened up and he stayed in somehow. It was like this craziest trick. But for like a week, he had this like bloody retainer in his loose teeth mouth. It was hilarious, but
Just
he was
complaining, grumpy the whole. I think that was the lockout year. Just everything was going wrong, grumpy all the time.
He was so grumpy, but yeah, it's not fun to have that. Obviously, Aho danced up, got a goal a little later, but 3-2 series in that one. Islanders stay alive. You called it too. We'll move to the Wild Stars too. The Ottinger shutout. I was getting tweets all night last night about, you brought it up, Merles. I mean, this guy's just a rock. His numbers are crazy. And he's just steady. He's calm. He's got everything. He's huge. Ottinger, just a performance, first shutout of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think you guys talked about his stats on TNT about after a loss.
After
or
a
something.
loss,
It was something ridiculous. So
he's like got Vasilevsky numbers. He's got Vasi numbers. So yeah,
a lot of people talking about Jake Ottinger, Conn Smythe futures right now. What do you guys think of that?
I love that.
I mean,
I'm gonna look
their
that up.
team is
as we're on here.
Thank you, unbelievable. I mean, with the way this team can play, Sagan's getting going. No Pavelski, but Sagan has filled in.
Wow, plus 3,000, 30 to 1. I mean, if they're going to win, it's going to be behind him. I mean, Hintz is having
that was your
thing.
Shesterkin idea.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
his
your
little
Shesterkin.
scam. But I mean, Hintz has got 11 points already. He set a record for points in a playoff series by a star. Hintz is 30 to 1 too. So, but if you're going to go all the way, you need the goalie.
Yeah, I mean, you can't look past what this guy's going to be able to do if they're
that's a
going to
good
go all the
little
way. When's the last time a person lost and won the Conn Smythe? Maybe I'm crazy. Is it like Ron Hextall?
Yeah, I think it was
back
Ron
in
Hextall.
like the 80s, early 90s. It has to be, right?
Yeah, I'm
When
pretty sure
was
that's
that?
it.
Who
Or
did
no,
lose?
did
It was
the
80s.
Anaheim? No, didn't the Anaheim Ducks goalie, the French guy, Jaguar?
I
They
believe
won.
it was J.S. Jaguar.
Yeah,
no?
Jaguar. I
They
think,
won.
against the. No, they
Ottawa.
They lost to somebody. The Devils, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, didn't they lose to the Devils? 2002, maybe.
Way back then? That was the last
2003,
guy?
right here in the chat. J.S. Jaguar, 2003.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. I remember watching. I remember it was after my first year pro. That's how I remember it.
Yeah, my old
The
goalie.
chat.
My old goalie with the Leafs. Thank you, the
Yeah,
chat.
you played with him?
I played with old Jiggy. He's a beauty. The guy's absolute beauty. I love that guy. Just a shot blocking legend. Shout out to the Ducks. They're nowhere to be found right now, so we'll give them some love. Shout out to the Ducks and the legendary J.S. Jaguar. All right, last game. Best series going, I think. Edmonton, LA. Two unbelievable teams going head to head. Speed, physicality, checking, star power. This Kempe is. I'll start with LA first. I mean, they got behind the 8 ball, but like this Kempe's play, Arvidsson was like they were a little bit more quiet. I think Edmonton at home, Merles had way more jump, got out to an early lead. The first period was crazy.
Crazy.
Edmonton
Mr. Ice
out-
almost covered his over in the first
Mr.
period.
Ice went to bed halfway through the second. He's like, got it, adios. Yeah. But
Speaking
it was
of him,
3-2 at the end of the first. I mean,
Yeah. Speaking of Mr. Ice, we tried to get him on the show today, but the health inspector's coming to Tony's Pizza today, so he couldn't come on. But
oh, he's got to work. Yeah, he's doing two things at once. What's he going for? That house? What's he?
the Nantucket House. Remember he came on?
Nantucket,
I think
yeah.
he's got it now. I
had
think
to
that's
have
3
it.
in a row. So maybe we'll get the invite since it started on here.
That's like the most foolproof. That's like the best plan I ever heard. When he said that, he's just like, all I need is 3 straight. I win 3 straight bets, I get a Nantucket house. And it's funny because I was explaining that to my girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, Mr. Ice came on and said if he hits a couple bets in a row, he gets a Nantucket house. And to her, she was like, what? How does 3 bets in a row equate a Nantucket house? I'm like, when you see the units these guys throw around, you'll understand.
It's crazy what these guys do. I love how I think he got criticized too, boys, for being a little bit too like non-energy in his last pick. And then he's like, "You think I'm not taking this seriously?" He's posted another video when he nailed it. So, Mr. Ice, shout out, stay hot, brother. If you don't follow him, please follow Elio, Mr. Ice on Twitter or social media, wherever. you can find him.
LEO82, I think it is.
Is that his thing? Yeah. Okay. Get a hold of him. He's always got winners. He's always hot. He's Mr. Over. 3 + 3 = 7. Love that guy. Oilers take a stranglehold. The 3-2 going back to LA. We got elimination nights coming up here soon. And I mean, look at what like Draisaitl, just 5 games, 10 points, 6 goals, scores again last night. They get Bukestad with a couple. They're getting some depth production. Hyman, OT hero in game 4, comes back and takes a shot off his face. Another guy getting a puck off the face around the net, except for unlike Merle's the mush, he scores off his face. The power play went 3 for 2 again for the Oilers, and we didn't hit. I threw this out there, Merle's, Nuge, and I kind of talked you into Nuge power play point. Nothing.
Yeah, I swear on Big Deal Brew, I was in between Hyman or Nuge, and I picked the wrong one. There's nothing worse than that. But that's when you probably should just do both of them. Just put a little bit on both of them so you don't beat yourself up all night.
Yep. Game 6, Max Gorn in the chat. Game 6 isn't until Saturday, he's saying here for this one. Too many days off. He doesn't like that, Max. I know I don't like it either, but we do what we can do. Bouchard, power play point. Grayson Avots is saying
A lot
every
of talk
night
of
is a
this.
cash cow right now.
Ryan Taylor, Tampa to win the series plus 1,100. A lot of people are talking about that.
I know. Okay, let's break that
Yeah.
down because I have so many conversations, Merles, and I think back even to last year, and I just think of the Leafs. Like I'm just like, this is so Leaf if they can do this. Here we go, Ryan Taylor, Tampa to win the series. Plus 1,050 for all the Leaf fans. Take the emotional. Ryan, that's awesome. And like I can see it, right? You're going home. You gotta. I can see it going to Toronto, steal a game, bring it back home. Game 6. Last year, Game 6, I was there. It was between the benches. Braden Point in overtime sends it to Game 7. Then Vasilevsky went to work and stole Game 7. He's like insane in Game 7. So
Yeah, and Tampa dominated the last 2 games except for like small windows of the game. So it's not a big deal if they go up and win that game and then they win the next one in Game 7.
Yeah.
You never know what happened. But there's some bigger games going on tonight that maybe we should get going to. Army, what do you think?
I think so too. And I want to bring on a guest to tee up the first game. Super Bruin super fan fights. OG Barstool personality and talent. Look at this legend.
Yes.
He's got his hat on. He's on tour right now for KFC Radio. What a legend. Look at him. Look at how good his skin is. Oh my God. He has the routine. He's unbelievable. He was in Amsterdam. Fights. I love it. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining us. I know you're busy.
Dude, boys, thank you so much for having me. Army, I got to tell you real quick before we get into it, you are crushing it on TNT, and you look fantastic.
I got to say, buddy, your tweet to me, your suit looks amazing, man. I was like, that put me like up. Like my confidence was like, okay. I was like, how am I doing? But I got your tweet, and I was like, let's go. Let's go.
Dude, I almost sent it the next night, too, but I was like, I can't do back-to-back.
Getting creepy now.
I'd appreciate it, man. That's not creepy at all.
Fights looks
27 again.
27.
Oh, yeah. Look at this in the chat. I love the
just
chat.
took a shower, that's all.
Oh,
And you
yeah,
got good internet there on the road. You guys must stay in the nice hotels. Me and Army always got the crap internet.
I'll tell you what, Merles, I had to cancel the internet. I'm going just Wi-Fi. This is thanks to AT&T, baby. The internet sucked here.
All
All right,
like
Fights.
Yeah,
Why don't you tee up what you're doing, where you are? I know you're on tour right now. Let's hear it. People can.
We're on tour right now. We're in Houston tonight. I think there's some tickets left. We're in Dallas and Austin after that. I think those are gone, but check them out. And more importantly, I'm watching the Boston Bruins. That's it. The tour comes secondary to everything else right now.
Oh, yeah. We got some Dallas fans on here, I'm sure, watching. So if you can find some loose tickets.
I was hoping there was going to be a game in Dallas, but we're only there tomorrow night. So we're not
okay. Okay. Well, check it out. Dallas fans that are on the chat, check it out. Get some tickets. Come see these guys put on their show. And I got to say this. I don't know if you guys saw G put out his standard tweet. That guy is like, Bruins. I got him so excited. He must have popped a little boner there, hit the table, and down it came. Fights. What are you thinking about tonight? What are you thinking about this series? Is it adios, Florida?
I'll tell you what. This isn't even a joke. As soon as I hang up with you guys, I am going to the Funeral Museum, the National Funeral Museum. That's a true thing. You can look it up. It's in Houston, Texas. And I imagine that under construction right now is the 2023 Florida Panthers season wing, because it's fucking done. It's over. It is I'll admit, before the series started, I was like, in places I won't talk about, I was saying things like, I don't know, Florida kind of scares me. Great offensive team, been on a run. Ryan fucking fell apart. He said it turned to Mr. Softy. But I was like, after the first two games, I was like, fuck, they might be able to do it. And I think tonight, Bergeron's back. Not officially, but he's fucking back. He skated today, went full practice yesterday. He's obviously playing. I think the first two games, the team kind of got a little shell-shocked, like, fuck, we didn't do this without Bergeron. Because that injury, I think from you guys, I heard that people were texting, like, this might be really serious. I think there was a bit of an issue in the locker room, like, fuck, is it what we worked for all year? Is it gone? And now Bergeron back tonight. I think it's going to be. There hasn't been a game, like, despite the fact that they played well, put up 10 down in Florida without their top two centers. I think there was still room to improve on what they were doing. I think tonight they're going to fucking dog walk them. I don't think it's going to be close.
I love it. I saw an interesting stat it was actually on the Barstool Sports book. I didn't know they put stats on there, but the Bruins have won 15 out of 16 versus Eastern Conference opponents.
Dude, you can do those stats. Every single stat you look at all year. What was when they scored? They're 41-1 when they score first. Every stat for these Boston Bruins is incredible. I think tonight will be the first time we see them play like a game where you're like, oh fuck, because like I said, even in these 5 games, they're up 3-1. There hasn't really been a game. Last game was 6-2, but it wasn't like a blowout. I think it was 3-1 with 11 minutes left in the third, something like that. Mm-hmm. I think there hasn't been a game where the Bruins were really, really the Bruins. And I think tonight we'll see that. Even, dude, did you see the lines they're going to run? The lines they were running in practice yesterday? No. It's almost like they're not even treating this like the playoffs yet. And they're just like, they're still working shit out. And they're just showing to everybody, it doesn't matter what we throw at you. It's going to fucking scare you. Like the first line, again, that's what they were doing in practice yesterday. I don't know if it.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, we lost our insider.
There he is. He's back.
The first line was fucking Bergeron, Pasta, Bertuzzi. I don't think they've done that all year.
I love it. Do you remember which line Hall was on? Because I have a big bet for him tonight.
He was second. It was Bergeron, Hall, Bertuzzi. I'm sorry, Bergeron, Pasta, Bertuzzi. Second was Zacha, Hall, DeBrusque.
All right, because I just was on the ScoreBet and Barstool. Hall over a half a point is plus 110. That seems ridiculous.
Did someone just put that in the chat too? I think.
And I've seen some on the chat. Yeah, it doesn't seem right.
I don't know if it was before the series or if it was after game 1, but Taylor Hall had a quote where he said, oh shit! Okay,
there's the lines.
Fuck, throw Bussy in. Fuck, who cares?
Bussy, is that a real guy?
Yeah,
or is it the Bussy?
No,
hey, Bussy, gas is on the left or on the right.
Third string Tendy, Bussy, get him in there. We saw Swayman last game. Hey, what did you make of that? Fights. We saw Swayman last game. Kachuk obviously crossed. I thought that was a dumb penalty. Kachuk, end of the first period. Obviously, DeBrusque scores on the power play to make it 2-0. I mean, it was stupid. And then he mixes it up late in the game, and Allmark is just throwing his shit down like he's old school. He wants to go.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be the first time in history, right? We'll call it a Gordie Howe hat trick for a goalie, assist, win in a fight.
Yeah, there
Right?
you
Like,
go.
that flashes. You know, there are two flashes I'm seeing with this team of 2011. One, Allmark in net. It was like he's doing Tim Thomas. He's getting in the mix. He doesn't fucking care. And then the one I've been sitting on a little bit, and this is a take. I'll admit this is Jacob Lauko gives me fucking 2011 Brad Marchand flashes. He's a fairly undersized.
How
guy.
fast is he?
He's very, very fast.
He flies out there.
Screws, and he just brings energy every fucking. He's the guy who most of his career has been a skill guy. Like I said, he's fairly undersized, not to Marchand's level, but I think he's like listed like 6'190".
We don't see enough of him, I feel. I feel like we see him, like they don't play him too much, but like every time he's out there, you just see this whiz going by. What is he, like number 92? Like
94.
94. I'm like, who is that guy? I'm like, he's flying.
He makes a statement every time he's on that ice.
Yeah.
And Marchand, when he came up in 2011, it was kind of like, who the fuck is this guy? And Lauko, he's giving me a little bit of that all season. He's going to get a big goal in the playoffs, and I'm going to fully commit to that fucking take.
Well, we got G. G's
like
got
it.
super fan heat
Jacob
coming in.
Lauko to score tonight is plus 450 anytime goal scorer.
What's he playing though,
Wow.
G? What's his ice time? I don't know. Like he doesn't get that much ice, I feel, but fuck, who knows? It might be a runaway early in the first anytime goal. You get him some more ice time.
Yeah, they shortened the bench on him a little bit towards the end of game 4, and
Yeah.
then he started playing again once they went up 3-1. But I think he got an assist late in the game in game 4.
You see this here, Bergeron PP point plus 240 if he gets in. I mean,
Dude, I was gonna say I don't even want it on the power play. I want it, which is essentially on the power play. Bergeron from the bumper it should be even money tonight. Even money.
Yeah, you want it like increased odds. It has to be scored in the bumper area.
Yeah.
yeah. I look at here. It is Escobar down. Great name, great tag name. Escobar down.
Yeah, I have Bergie written down minus 122 just for a point at any time.
How close
that's
is Bergie though? Or is this like rumors, or is this like, hey, like he
hadn't skated with it. Krejci skated yesterday alone, which is what Bergeron had been doing up until yesterday. Bergeron played full practice with the team, practice on power play 1. He skated this morning. They say it's going to be a game time decision, but I think that's some mind game shit. Like,
Yeah, he led the stretch yesterday. I saw, so that's a pretty good sign. He's leading the stretch. That he's going.
Let me fill you in
He
on
probably
this
wants
right
to get
now.
a one easy game in here before the next round. Anyway,
Allmark 35 plus saves plus 220.
I love that. I mean,
You
I
like
don't
that
know if
one?
you guys have realized, like the Florida Panthers have just been peppering the Bruins with shots. They're beating the Bruins every game in shots.
they went up 10-0 in the first period yesterday, or 2 days ago, whenever the fuck it was.
Yeah, they pound pucks. They're like Carolina a little bit. They pound pucks, funnel pucks.
I think there was a little bit. Because today they are going to be obviously fighting for their life. I think that there was a little bit in the first 2 games where they were like, oh, maybe we can play with these guys. I think today they're going to take any fucking shot they can and just hope and pray.
It's desperation time, and I don't even think the Bruins have played necessarily like what we've seen them in the regular season. I think like obviously they're missing 2 key guys, but I don't think they've like cranked it up at all in this series. Really, like to be honest with you, Bruins 3-way, Avs money line, Passon, McKinnon both to score plus 520. Ooh.
Singsy's completely out of control.
Singsy's a parlay master.
Jesus.
Thank you, Singsy. If you want parlays, just hit up Singsy boy. Singsy's our super fan in the chat. He's one of the great guys. He's always on it. Fights. He's always sniffing. The chat's unbelievable. I love the chat. I'm all over it. It's the greatest
I saw
thing
that
ever.
meme yesterday. Just our army at the chat.
I was laughing my ass off at that one. I saw that one. It's so good. But any predictions, the score? What are you thinking? You think it's going to be close because of the desperation level fights?
I don't think it's going to be close. I think they're playing for a lot tonight with Bergeron back. I think you even saw it with their response in games 3 and 4. I think they probably started to get whispers like, "Oh, Bergeron is," because that's when we started to hear that. I think it was before they went to Florida. Montgomery said he's probable for game 5.
I've seen this.
I've
seen this, and I'm kind of on this. Don't play Bergeron, save him. Alex Katsanos on the chat. I was kind of thinking about that too. Like they got the series in hand right now. It's not too desperate. If you can save them, save them. I like that you can get them in a game for sure, but especially coming back, you want them to be in there. But then you're gonna have so much time if they win tonight to like just bring guys back. And Monty's gonna be out there cracking jokes with the boys, buzzing around, practice for a week, waiting for the Leafs or Tampa after it goes 7 and the Leafs fucking blow it.
I hope they don't. I want the Leafs and I want the Rangers to get it together because I want to fuck their faces too. But as for I tend like logically I'm with you with Bergeron bringing him back, but with the playoffs, particularly in a game 5, because then you go game 6 and despite what just happened, you still give the edge to someone at home, and then game 7s are fucking crapshoots.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. I'm a step on their throat whenever you can in the playoffs kind of guy.
You have to.
The other one I liked tonight, and Merle's already touched on it, was Hall. Hall, anytime scorer. He's 4 goals, 3 assists so far this series, games. He had, and I almost said it earlier, but he had a cool, I forget if it was after game 1 or before game 1, where he said, "This is the best chance I'll ever have to win the Stanley Cup. That's not lost on me." He's got 7 points in 4 games since then. He could easily have 9. He set up Frederick twice beautifully in the first game. That Lion somehow made 2 great saves on and let in that Marchand one. I think Hall's going to be a fucking menace. I bet anytime scorer every game the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, he's
I'm
hitting his
going to mark
stride.
that down for you.
I saw something, and I don't know, confirm this. I saw this. Someone tweeted at me, and I also saw it in the chat. Hey, chat. DeBrusque anytime plus 170. He got 2 last game. He's always around the net. I love this guy's game. He's such a complimentary guy wherever he is. He just gets those little things like the hard areas. He plays that perfect complimentary game wherever he is. And he's a
great example ever of how coaching can affect a player.
Oh my God. He was like asking for a trade. He was a trade.
I was done with DeBrusque. I was like, get him out of here. I'll fucking bring him to Logan myself. I couldn't. And then they bring in Montgomery, and he's a fucking superstar now.
Yeah. Monty has a way with people. What do you got, G?
Boys, before we move on from the Bruins, I got one. His best friend is back in the lineup tonight, so I'm going Brad Marchand, first goal scorer, plus 1,400. I love it. He's feeling himself. He's got his buddy leading the stretch. I love that
fight. G has been so hot too lately. Like, it's insane. So did you cool off the other day? I don't know, but you've been running hot.
But the problem is, fights, is this what I'm saying to them is like, I post the one pick I hit, and the odds might be great, but I'm still missing on the other 10 picks I put out that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm the worst. I'll always go bigger on the one loser. I'll go 4-1, but lose money somehow.
That's what I do. I'm an idiot. I know. I suck. But we write all these.
Bet the Bruins all way, all day, every way.
Yeah, fight. So I'm going to officially put you as Hall anytime scorer tonight in the official books.
Give me Hall anytime. I'll ride with Grinnell, with Marchand first. Although I was going to say Fergie first, but I'm going to switch it now. I'm going to go Grinnell, and then how about this? I'm going to go with the Allmark 35.
Allmark, yeah.
Can we add that with a shutout?
Oh, trying to use my move. I called the shutout last night, but then I didn't bet it like an idiot.
Yeah, I do that all the time too. I have all these thoughts and then I never do it.
But I did under 2.5 goals from the Wild, which I thought, I was like, they're not going to give up a lot. So I'm going to look at that maybe for this Bruins game too, if we're going to look for shutouts.
There you go, Bertuzzi, just the tip anytime, plus 230.
This is the problem with the Bruins. They're so goddamn good. I can't even see bets because guess what? I love Bertuzzi.
I like everybody.
Anything I see, I'm like, yup, that's happening.
I got people hitting me up for Bertuzzi, buddies I know, old guys from Detroit that love him as a Red Wing, love him as a Bruin still. He looks like a Bruin. He's just like a perfect Bruin. I don't know how they got this guy.
Find a way to make him a Bruin. Like I think money's tight in the NHL. I think maybe he might be looking for a 1-2 year deal and a bridge until a monster deal. If they can just make him a Bruin for 1 or 2 more years, I would be so goddamn happy.
Yeah, he's perfect. I think he's perfect.
Great.
Well, thanks for joining us, buddy. We got anything else for Bruins here? I can't believe we got you on fights. I first time I met you was when these guys kidnapped me in the gambling cave from New York City took the ferry across right to the gambling cave with you guys, and you came storming in your OAR sweatpants. We shared stories of OAR, how we love them. You're friends with them, obviously. You got the one up, but thanks for making time to join us and follow along. People follow him on all the socials and get tickets wherever they are. Look up their tour, KFC
Yeah,
Radio.
I just saw KFC Radio's doing tickets on sale today for Buffalo and Detroit.
Buffalo, Detroit, Minneapolis. Yeah, we're hitting the road. Probably we do once a month, all year. But again, all that is secondary. We have one singular focus right now. It's the Boston Bruins, and I look forward to anytime you guys please. I'd love to come on and I look forward to getting in the cave again with you guys another time.
We'll leave you with this:
Bruins
Bergeron,
Insider.
Bergeron, Marshy, and McAvoy all to score a point plus 375. Boom.
On it!
Well, good luck on tour. Safe travels, buddy. You're the best. Enjoy those jazz bars with your ponytail in.
Bro, I fell in love so fast last night. I almost quit the tour altogether. Just slid a note over to the fellow, said, "Hey, I gotta go see about a girl," and just started this new life as a jazz groupie.
What a beauty. He's hitting up the funeral museum today, looking for the Florida Panthers season.
I'll send you guys pics.
All right, buddy.
Awesome.
All right. Safe
There
travels.
he is.
There he goes.
What a guy.
What
That
a
guy.
beauty.
Whenever I watch the games with him, the Bruins always win. Pasta always scores. It's always a great time.
And an unbelievable guy too. Unbelievable high fives, hugs. He's so into it. He's dialed in. He's so excited about his Bruins and his hockey. It's so fun actually to watch a game with him, isn't it?
He's a real fan.
Yeah,
and
it's
his
like
team,
going-
and they always win. So that's why I don't think I've ever been around him when they've lost.
It's
So I
like
don't
being
even
around
know what he's
Borelli
like.
when the Islanders are playing. Probably
No, 3-0. They're saying in the Czech
Merles,
game.
you don't
What happened?
remember. It's because you don't remember because every time we're taking all those Pink Whitney nips, and by the end of the game, we don't remember the game.
Yeah, you guys are back row in the cave, just throwing Pink Whitney nips around like crazy. Big deals are flying around. We got 3-0.
3-0. I don't know. My thing's saying 2-0. What are these guys talking about? These guys ahead of time on him?
Oh, this guy here. Kraken under 2.5 goals, minus 122 tonight as we move into that next game. Let's look at this next game, Merles. This has been a series 2 with some controversy obviously involved in it. Colorado and the Kraken, 3-2 series. Or sorry, game 4 was a 3-2 score. It's a 2-2 series, my bad. Eberle OT winners, first of the playoffs this year, continues to score big goals through his career. That guy's a beast. Rantanen 2 goals, is 4th and 5th of the year. What a horse. Unbelievable. 9:30 tonight, back in Colorado, game 5, Ball Arena. Makar.
Yeah.
That's big.
What I was going to
No
touch on all
McCann.
that.
That's big.
Yeah.
What'd you make of the hit? Let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, now that I've
1
watched
game
the hit
suspension.
more, we talked yesterday. I didn't really see it too good, but now, it was a little late. But I'm still adamant. You have to be aware. There's a guy that close to you. You're playing in an NHL arena during the playoffs. Be strong. Be aware. There's somebody out there. He went dead body. Oh no, there's no hitting left in the NHL, and it was definitely late. But I got to be ready. You got to be a little strong on your arms and your skates and everything.
No. Yeah, here we go. I wrote this down in my notes too. I put Taves elevated. And he plays a lot as it is. Here we go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chad. No Makar means lots of Taves. Over half a point, minus 150. Over half a power play point, plus 205. I like that power. These power
Play are great odds on that.
That's great.
And they're still calling all the penalties. We saw last
Yep.
night. They're still calling them. Doesn't matter the situation. They're going to keep calling penalties.
I'll say this too about. Oh, we didn't even get into the Foligno hit. We'll revisit that. I'll say this about the Makar hit. I think Makar in his head, I think the puck was shot and assumed it was going into that corner. I think in his head, just his awareness. And when you see the shot come in, you can see how that would. I was assuming the puck was going to land in that area eventually, anyways, too. Just in the natural flow of the play, so I could see how he would think that. I don't think he finished him like crazy, like
He was just so much stronger and
he
and
just
heavier
was
than him.
unprepared, and obviously the puck wasn't there. It's a penalty, and he got hurt, which is massive blow because McCann's been a horse for those guys. So I can see a 1-game suspension. Crazy that they reviewed it and knocked it to a 2, and then he gets suspended.
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised by. The review, and they still only gave him 2, which is crazy. But I wanted to touch on this whole game. I got my Avs jersey. You see it, 29. Before McKinnon was 29, there was another guy. But this Avs, I'm still thinking of last year, and from tonight's game from last year's team, they're going to miss Kadri, Landeskog, Nikushin, and Makar.
Yeah.
That's 4 major players that are going to be missing tonight. So if you're a Seattle backer, you're getting plus 155. That's got to be your thing. I'm an Avs guy, and when I just list all those people missing, there's 2 guys that got to show up if they want any chance of winning. That's McKinnon and Rantanen. So I'm going McKinnon over 1.5 points, minus 143, and Meek go over 1.5 points, plus 125. Because
let me ask you: will you parlay those or no?
No,
separate?
I'm going to single those out.
I'm a parlay
There's no
guy.
way I'm laying.
That's why I lose all the time.
I'm not laying minus
I'm like
190.
Sigsy. Yeah.
I'm not laying minus 190. So that's my way to try to get around it. Because if they do win, I feel like they have to have big nights with Makar out, Kushner
It's
out.
just them. It's them every time. Look
Yeah.
at a couple games ago. It was them every time. They went beast mode, and obviously no Makar. Makar was a big part of that game in Game 3. But those guys just cranked it to another level and just went beast mode. They're the only guys that
Avs
can do it.
retire number 29, Murley, plus 3,500.
Yeah, let's go.
Bigger than that.
Or just honor it. Just put a statue. Everyone gets a statue. Let's go. I love this. Here's one. Parlay or nothing in the chat. Look at this. Who's this from? Dom. Thanks, Dom. Love you. Parlay or nothing. I love it. It's fun. Responsibly, of course. Let's go. Byram over half an assist. So you just gotta get 1 assist for this guy. Plus 100. Harrison, thank you. I love all these.
I see the chat now went back. It says 2-0 check. I don't know where these people are getting these other score updates from. It's 2-0.
I see this one here.
4.5.
Tays over 2.5 shots on goal plus 120. I mean, he's going to play. He's going to play
like that.
20. He's going to play 24 minutes.
He's got to
tonight.
play more than that. I think he's going to have to.
Well,
they
Byron
have
can.
they got to win this home game.
Yeah, they got to win. It's desperation time. Yeah. I honestly, you want what I think?
Mm-hmm.
I think Seattle's going to take it tonight. I mean,
I'm an Avs guy, but that's why I don't like it either.
I don't like it.
Huge, good odds, plus 155. I guarantee RAs on that one.
Is that what is it?
Well, plus 155 for the Kraken.
I don't know. I can't get away from their team. Just won't go away. They're hound dogs all over the ice. They're big. They can move pucks. They're deep. I know no McCann, but I don't know. Like, I think it might be too much with Makar out and the other bodies out that you just named. That it might be really tough.
Merle's retired jersey at the Ruck. That's my college bar in Troy. Minus 1,200. They got Big Deal Brew there. I was there. They were one of the first spots to have Big Deal Brew. My buddy Buckley behind the bar is always feeding me the Big Deal Brews. They have one of the top 3 chicken wings in the world, by the way, the Ruck.
Oh, I got to come down there.
Troy, New York.
I meant to come down for one of your horse race.
Yeah,
weekends.
You're supposed to come for those Travers weekends I used to put on.
Yeah. I was supposed to come down for that. I would have been right in the mix in eating those wings.
I'll tell we would play a hockey game Thursday night, just like men's league game, little skate, get a sweat, go out. We would wake up Friday, we'd play golf. I'd have a big barbecue back at my house. And then Saturday, we would wake up. I'd have a team bus come pick up the boys. We'd bring 30 packs into the Saratoga race course for that thing. 50 guys, all in the T-shirt so you could find the group in case you got lost because you're so buckled. And, oh, man, we had a time. Those were our younger days. Now I go up there. I went to Travers this year with the wife. We got in the box. We actually sat in the Barstool box. It was pretty great. Good time. A little different.
This is Lace. All-time leader at NHL and Pink Whitney Nips drank 1,241. What a legend. Let's go.
I got a couple here. I got a couple waiting for me right
You
there.
got to save them.
Yeah,
you
I'm
gotta
low.
save them, big
I'm
boy.
low. I had no room in my bags coming back from New York because of all the Muggsy jeans they gave us.
Pavelski's planning on flying to Minnesota. We'll see what that means for Game 6. We'll stay tuned for that. That's a great little scoop right there. Thank you, Tim Robinson, tuning in. We're getting great numbers on this show, too, so thanks for coming back. I know everyone's maybe at work just banging around.
Chicklets Game Notes live show at Saratoga. That could happen.
That'd be unbelievable.
I've been pushing
I'm a
hard.
first timer, Merles. I've never been to Saratoga. I've never even been to a horse race before, so I have to go this summer.
Me too.
With you guys.
Yeah,
Me too. I always wanted to go to Kentucky Derby, but I want to.
Saratoga's way better than Derby.
back in Wilkes-Barre days, Merles used to be like, "Let's go, dude. We're going to the ponies, bud," and we go to this horse track in Wilkes-Barre where the casino is now.
Yeah, the harness. That was the harness.
The trotters, and we get like our little menu, like our little piece of papers, and like that said all the races, and we'd have them. We'd be down on the rail, like let's go, and there'd be like hardcore guys there. We'd be double fisting beers like during the season.
It was like dollar beers, draft beers. It was the best.
It was unreal. That was the only time I've been to a horse race. Gee, Merle's,
Oh my God.
Merle sucked me in.
Oh, you if you see Saratoga, Army, you might move there. It's unbelievable.
I've heard it described as the best place on planet Earth.
We got to go with the syndicate, boys.
Oof,
We got to get in on that scene, even on the peripherals.
That's out of
on
my
the
budget.
fringe, on
Those
the
guys are
fringe of
big
the
time.
syndicate. Well, you just want to travel with them and have
That's
the
what
experience.
I did
we
last
just want
year.
the experience.
I snuck into the box with them last year. Elio had me come up there.
Elio
I
and
just
Dave,
hung
yeah.
around. It was the only day they won too, so I know Dave and Big Cat figured that out. Big Cat, as soon as I walked in, he's like, "Oh yes, Merles is here. Always winners when Merles is around." I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting involved with you guys paying $8,000. I'll race. I got $80 on it, maybe.
Take care. Thank you. I got a shout out here. I was a beauty in Montreal. Shout out
Shout out.
from the Montreal people.
I think we're moving up on time, but I gotta. Oh, am I all alone here? So this is perfect. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about the big news today. Sweden got the Global Series. The NHL is gonna be sending over 4 teams: Detroit, the Leafs, Minnesota, and Ottawa Senators. So Sweden's got the Global Series. I've been praying for this because I want Chicklets to come to Sweden. I want to show you guys around. So
What
that's
do
going to be
teams
in
have to
November.
look forward to though, Merles? I was thinking about this earlier. Like you're on one of these teams, right? You just found out. What's the first thing going in the group? Well, maybe not the first thing, but like what's going in the boys group chat? Like what are they talking about? What do they want to go see? That's appropriate.
Are you talking the single guys group chat or the married guys group chat?
Let's go with married guys group chat for this one.
Married guys, I already made a tweet about it, is getting the snooze. Everybody loves the Swedish snooze, the tobacco we put up there. I'm going to be pushing to tell them, because I didn't know anything about it before I came over here, was the kebab. And like the kebab, and especially the kebab pizza is the greatest thing in the world. I've already gotten questions.
What's a kebab pizza?
So kebab, like kebab is when they shave the meat off and they usually eat it in like a wrap. Here they just put that meat on the pizza with some
And then
onions,
they put like
tomato.
hollandaise sauce on, don't they? What do they put on there?
Some places will have
That's what I used to get. I used to ride my bike in
sauce.
Sweden, in Vecqua. I used to ride over this little guy's pizza shop, and I get the kebab pizza, and he'd put that little sauce on there. My wife thought it was disgusting, and I would just pound the whole pie. Ride my
I
bike
might have
with
to order one tonight.
Riding my bike with a pizza like this back home. It was
So
sick. I
the
loved
pizza is good. I'll be doing a blog because people are already all over me. Like Red Wing fans, I'm coming. What do I do first? I'm going to get 100 of these messages. So I will do a whole blog on Stockholm, Sweden. Hopefully we'll be there. I got questions out to people. I think it's going to be too cold to golf, so I don't know if we'd be able to do sandbaggers. But that would have been sick if we could have done a sandbagger.
Well, I know
with
they're
some
going to
Swedish
Australia
legends.
too. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty sick to take.
Have
a
you
ride.
guys ever been
You can
to
go on that
Australia?
one.
I've never been to Australia.
Yeah, I've been.
I've
to-
been. It's I love Australia. Let me preface
here
by
we go.
saying that. But that flight. I mean, I flew from Boston, so Boston to L.A. 3-hour layover in L.A. Then like 13 hours from L.A. It's like that's just too long of a flight. I didn't think it was necessarily worth it for the flight.
That's why I want to go to Hawaii on a vacation. My wife's like, way too long of a flight. Like it's far from the East Coast. You got to go to Cali, then Cali all the way over. Same with like Australia's way further. But
What is
that's
it? 8
why I
hours
went
to
from
Sweden?
yeah. I went to Australia.
No, from
No.
like Boston to Sweden. Like New
Oh
York.
yeah, 8 hours, New York. When I went to Australia, I went when I was playing in Japan, so it was great. 8 hours overnight flight. Funny story, G, you'll love this. We flew overnight. I land. It's 9:30 in the morning. It was the first quarter of that Super Bowl where the Patriots came all the way back against the Falcons. So I rush over. I rush over to the casino. By the time I get there, it's halftime. It's over, right? And I mean, this stinks. Like I rushed all the way over here for this, and then I watched one of the greatest performances. So I wouldn't move. I would obviously bet the Pats. I was in position, and some little kid I met, not little kid, he was like 25 or whatever, but young for me. He was running and getting me the beers because I wouldn't move my spot. I'm like, I'm not moving. This is a legendary comeback. And he was just going and getting me beers for us and bringing them back. I was just giving him money. It was so
Merles,
fun.
you'll love this. Me and my brother, we completely changed. Outside of boxers, at halftime, we completely changed clothes. I took his pants, I took his jersey, I took his hat, I took his undershirt. We fully changed clothes at halftime, and now I still have all those clothes. Like I was like, you keep these are mine now. And fun fact about that night too, I don't know if I've ever told this story, but I actually snuck into the Patriots after party that night, and it was kind of crazy.
Wow.
It was so like I saw Adriana Lima, who was dating.
Yeah, who are you rubbing
Julia-
shoulders with?
It was I actually
Adriana
walked
Lima,
in-
Victoria's Secret supermodel.
Oh, of course. And then who do I see? Handsome Hank, the producer of Pardon My Take, in there, just partying with all the Patriots players. And
No way.
But yeah, that was a wild night.
That's
man.
unbelievable.
That was
So keep an eye on
unbelievable.
those. I don't know. We were talking about that this morning on our little chat about those. What do they call global series games,
series.
which we'll look forward to coming up next season. I got to give a shout out, Merle, since you put the tweet out before we go here, and we get the menu from you. A little quick recap. Shout out to the Saskatoon Blades. You tweeted about Blades, which is my hometown, Saskatoon. I grew up watching those guys as a kid. I thought that was like the NHL in the Western Hockey League. They defeated my Red Deer Rebels in Game 7 last night handily after being down in the series. I think it was 3-0.
Yeah, I
And,
saw.
I mean,
they're
it's
calling it the
unbelievable.
reverse sweep. They called it.
The reverse sweep,
Yeah, that was cool,
unbelievable.
yeah.
So I gave a shout out to the Rebels who they beat, who I won a Memorial Cup with and played there for 3 years. I love Red Deer. I love the Rebels. I took their side against my hometown team. I didn't play for them, so I was like, whatever. But shout out to the Rebels, unbelievable. Down 2-0 against Bedard, who's a hot topic of conversation. They come back and beat them in 7 games, and then down with the reverse sweep against my Red Deer Rebels. They move on to the conference finals against the Winnipeg Ice. With some pretty good players there. They got a pretty good team.
Yeah, that team's
shout
good.
out to Brennan Sana is the head coach, Dan De Silva, Wasey
Dan De Silva?
Danny De Silva,
I
my
played
boy.
with him. I
Yeah.
played with him in Albany.
Yeah,
I didn't know
great
he's
guy.
coaching there.
Yeah,
He's a great
assistant
guy.
coach. Yeah, great
He's
guy.
a Toontowner.
Toontowner.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
good buddy of my brother's, and spent a lot of time. Grew up with pretty much around him the whole time. And
Silves.
Silves a beauty. Congrats, guys. Wasey Rabbit, another guy they brought in, ex
remember
Saskatoon
him.
Blade. Yeah, he had a good career as well, and a good career as a Saskatoon Blade. So shout out to the Blades on the trek to Kamloops for the Memorial Cup. Everything's starting to get in every league into the conference finals right now. So keep an eye on that junior hockey, but I wanted to give them some love after they knocked off my Rebels with the reverse sweep, which you just don't see. You just don't see stuff like that. So that's unbelievable. Colin Priestner tweeted at me, or maybe he texted me. I can't remember. I think it was a text. He's like, "Hey, buddy, don't worry. If you want to jump on the Blades train, we got you." So I might have to do that now. I might be on the Blades train. Go Blades. Go my hometown team, Saskatoon Blades. It's awesome. Merles,
I got a couple things too. I got to shout out my brother's men's league team, Uncle Sam's. I put out a tweet about the charity they're playing for. That they do a whole tournament, raise money. There's auction items on there. It's a really good cause. I usually coach the team, but this year I couldn't make it. And so I get all these messages, all these guys. Oh, I'm 30-1. I'm 15-0. Take my picks. Take my picks. I'm like, all right. So I give this one guy a chance, Justin Patrica, yesterday. He tells me he's 28-8 in player parlays. I said, all right, put one together for me by 11 a.m. Eastern, and I'll get it boosted up. I'll talk about it on the show. The guy still hasn't gotten to me. He all morning, oh, hold on. I'm checking this. So he's out. He's out. He had his chance. He's out. Everybody thinks this is so easy to do. He doesn't do it, but I'm going to go with Freddie Manola today. He gave me a player parlay. Pasta 2 goals, Marchand 2 points, Orlov 1 point, plus 1,800. Freddie Manola is getting a shout out for that. I know those are the odds you like to hear, Army.
I love hearing that. You see me perk up with that.
Yep. So keep those coming. though. It's fun, but it's so funny how everybody thinks they're the best. Blah blah blah. But show me the receipts.
Yeah,
like
Singsy
did this morning. He showed me the receipts from the Euro wins.
I think you show the proof of the bets, Merles. We want receipts. That's right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he has them.
I love it. Anything
We gotta
else?
get, we got to get Singsy on the show.
Yeah.
Boys. We got to. Maybe Friday, maybe next week, maybe sometime in the future, but we got to get this guy on.
Yeah.
People are calling for him.
Let's get him
he's
before the end of the
unbelievable.
week. Game Notes Daily, Chiclet Superfan, Game Notes Daily Advisor. That's what we'll call him.
And I promised everybody a bonus pick, which I'm a little hesitant to do because we're on such a good run with the one
Singsy
pick.
says 9 in a row this morning, Merles. Did you get it?
Yeah, he sent them all to me. It was a World Championship Bs, Japan, Netherlands, Estonia. Guy's
That's
nuts.
unbelievable.
He's watching the games too. He's like, I was watching. I knew they were dominating. Like, oh my God, this guy's out of his mind.
Duber says Singsy's getting the call. Fucking right, Singsy.
So we got 2-0 in the check. So I feel like that's in a good spot. 2-2 would be killer though. But there's a game today. It's in Sweden. And I don't know if everybody understands how the relegation works. You can drop down, up from the leagues and down. In 2016, when Ryan Whitney played for Modo, he played 2 games. So it wasn't his fault. But at the end of that season, they got dropped down to the second league. And now Modo is, they'd be like the Montreal Canadiens in Sweden. They have all the old school players, Naslund, Forsberg, Sedins, Hedman. So they've been stuck in the second league since then. Tonight, they're in the finals. They're playing Djurgården, who they'd be like the Rangers, like the big city team in Stockholm.
On the globe.
Modo is up 3-1. They're at home tonight for a chance to finally get back to the SHL. And I am all over them tonight.
I can't believe they're not in the SHL. That's like, it's crazy.
But it's like, it's not like you can't buy your way up, you have to win. And they got the team. They're minus 167 money line, which is tough because the pressure is going to be insane. And I try to explain it to people, like, so if you're in the second league, say you're making 50,000, next year you would make 100. If you're making 100, next year you're making 300 in the SHL. The office staff would go from 5 people to 15 people just because there's so much more money. So huge pressure on Modo. I get it, but I ride with them. Modo tonight, money line minus 167, 3-way plus 102. I'm just going to go with the money line, pay the extra vig, and watch a real good hockey game.
There you go. I see in the chat here, Jordan LaPierre, lock in Modo. Lock it in.
He didn't spell it right, so I don't know if we want to lock that in.
MODO. We're not doing dirt bike racing here. MODO, Modo. Yeah, legendary Swedish team for sure. Yeah. Anything else, G, before we send it away?
No, I think we're all good to go. Happy betting. Good luck tonight, boys.
Good luck tonight. Let's hear it. Let's tweet at us, message us, and we'll. I want to thank G. Way to get that clip in of Pasha. It was hilarious. Keep track of all this stuff. And thanks to Fights for coming on. Merles, you got one last little thing here?
I'll try to get the menu out in the blog form again so everybody can see the picks. But Army, I got you down for DeBrusque anytime plus 170. G, I got you Marchand first goal plus 1,400. I'm on Hall over a point. I'm on Berge over a point. And then McKinnon and Mikko over 1.5 points.
Boom. And are we on Seattle at all?
You want to go them? Look at my jersey. Look at that
I'm
jersey.
in, boys. I'll take Seattle with you.
Oh, geez.
I like
take Seattle with you.
All right, you guys are going against my jersey, huh?
I just think they look good. They look real good. They look damn good.
No Makar. That's tough.
No Makar is...
No Makar. No... Who else?
Landeskog,
Nichushkin, no Landeskog. They're missing some key guys. It's going to be the Rantanen McKinnon show. Stay tuned for that later tonight. What is that again? What time start is that? Is that at 9:30? 9:30 Eastern. If you can do the math on that, all you people, 9:30 Eastern time start. So 2 games tonight. Enjoy. Thanks for partaking. Love the chat. We're appreciative. Thanks to Fights again on his tour around. Follow him. Stay up to date on him.
And shout out ScoreBet. We love ScoreBet.
ScoreBet. Oh, I forgot to show. I got my shirt on. I got my ScoreBet sweatshirt. We always got props on there from the guys and Chicklets crew, working on getting some of these up there now. So Ontario, check those out.
Yep, check it out. ScoreBet, thank you. The Merles, as you say, everybody rides. Don't forget to check the game notes daily. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be in Atlanta.